Everybody understands toys, nobody understands relationships. So let's combine the two and understand the friend zone. This is Abby. Abby's in her 20s. She's single. She's cute. She works as a receptionist, and in her free time, she likes to paint and go on hikes with her friends. This is Barry. Barry is a really nice guy. He works hard, he goes to the gym. He's just a nice guy. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, one day, Barry and Abby meet in a cafe, and Barry approaches her. They exchange numbers, and soon they start hanging out all the time. They do everything together. Barry takes Abby out for drives, to coffee shops, to the cinema. He fixes things around the house. He's just a brilliant guy. Now, Barry fancies Abby, but he's not going to tell her that because Barry's a polite guy. In fact, he never flirts and never insinuates anything sexual. Barry thinks that with time, Abby is going to see the value in him, what a worthy guy he is, and she will come around herself. But it's going to take some time. So after many months of platonic hanging out, mostly at Barry's financial expense, Barry tells Abby that he likes her more than a friend. Now, Abby is shocked. She likes Barry, but she doesn't like him. And she thought that they were friends, right? In fact, Abby is secretly seeing Jason. Now, Jason is a bad boy. Jason rides a motorcycle, he does boxing, him and his friends do really cool things, and that's all that Abby actually knows about him because Jason and Abby, they don't hang outside of the bedroom. They've never been out in public together, and Jason doesn't take her out to dinner like Barry does. And, they're not even exclusive. In fact, many times Abby saw traces of other women in Jason's apartment. Sometimes blonde hair in the shower, other times red hair in the shower, other times brown hair in the shower, tampon wrappers, all of that kind of stuff. So back to our protagonist, Barry. Even though Barry is perfect in every single way, Abby doesn't want to date him. Abby is confused, and Barry is confused even more. So let's break down this dilemma, what we call the friend zone. Why did Barry get put into the friend zone when he invested so much into Abby? And why did Jason get all the action when he invested zero into Abby? Is this just a once-off example of a silly and an illogical girl? Or is Abby representing the behavior and the desires of a large segment of women? Let's look into the Barry complex. Barry did what he thought he should do. Barry listened to what society told him. He watched movies that his older sister watched, and he learned that overt displays of masculinity, such as dominance, confidence, leadership, assertiveness, a little bit of narcissism and psychopathy and Machiavellianism, the umbrella term for this is the dark triad traits. These should be expulsed and expelled out of men, and they should definitely not be displayed in front of women. But it's funny because it is exactly those traits that Jason had, and it is his apartment that Abby is crawling out of 2 a.m. in the morning. What women want often confuses men. Men think that women are attracted to the same things that men are attracted to. And, God bless men. Men are very simple. Men are attracted to, an attractive woman who's funny, has a great personality, good conversation, has her thing going, boom. Brilliant girl. Women want that, but women also want the opposite. And they want that and they want the opposite at the same time. They want a gentleman, but not a gentleman. They want a man who has the capacity for violence, but not a violent man. They want a confident and a masculine man, but not too confident and not too masculine, because that's cocky. And the worst thing is that women won't tell you that, because what women want and what women think they should want, according to society standards, are two very different things. And of course, different women want different things in varying degrees, but in my observation, that rings true for many of us. Back to Barry and his unfortunate but common predicament. Why did he remain permanently residing in the friend zone? The second reason. You see, Barry is a really nice guy and he likes good girls. And he believes that good girls don't have crazy sexual fantasies, and that his sexy fantasy where he bends Abby over her car that he was fixing last week, he thinks that's going to offend her, so he doesn't, he never flirts, he never insinuates anything sexual, and he never directs the dynamic in the direction of a sexual encounter. So it never goes there. He was rowing assiduously, but he was steering the ship in the wrong direction. A friendship. With Barry, Abby felt safe, protected, and cared for. With Jason, she felt risk, excitement, unpredictability. And while logically Barry is the best option for Abby, it is Jason who puts Abby through a roller coaster of emotions. Barry doesn't put them through the emotional roller coaster that Jason does. And women, especially at that young age, experience love through an emotional lens. Feelings precede logic. And as the saying goes, make a woman feel anything but bored. Barry made Abby feel safe but bored. The ideal man, the man that is going to get action and commitment, sits somewhere on the Barry and Jason axis. And it is up to each man individually to discover where they sit on this good boy, bad boy scale. But if you want my subjective opinion, I believe that for men, it is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. A gentleman with a capacity for violence.